Hi everyone, welcome to Crafting with Giulia. I'm Giulia and I'm so glad you tuned in today. I'm so excited about today's video for two reasons. First, it's my kickoff video for the upcoming holiday season. I'm starting early because I have so many projects I want to share with you. The second reason is that it's part of a monthly mini challenge hosted by Corie from Crafted by Corie. The challenge is to make minis in either a Thanksgiving, Christmas, or winter theme. The big challenge for me was choosing the theme. So I ended up going with the winter theme. My tiered tray items are all about hot chocolate and everything that's winter cozy. Tiered trays are a great decor piece for many areas of your home, and I think this one is going to go in my kitchen. If you enjoy my video, please hit the like button and leave me a comment. I love to get feedback from my viewers. Also, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can be notified of all my newly released videos. Also, feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I invite you to join my Facebook group called Crafting with Giulia's Creative Community, where you can be part of my crafting family. All of those links are in the description below this video. Project number one is making these faux whipped cream toppers.
So I just made my one topping, and let me show you how I made it. So it's going to go on this mug. So let's first start with the mug. I got these at Dollar Tree, and I love the red for the Christmas time. We're going to trace the top of the mug on white cardstock. And cut that out. Okay, and then using double-sided tape, I am going to tape it to this piece of cardboard here that I have that I covered with white with wax paper. Now, first things first. First, I want to put my stencil on here that I made with my Cricut. So let's do that first. Okay, now we're going to take spackling paste that I get at Dollar Tree. This is lightweight spackling, and I add a little bit of white acrylic paint because to me the spackling looks a little gray, so I add white acrylic paint for it to get a nice white finish. So I mix that all together and I put it in my pastry bag, and I am using a Wilton tip. It's the 2D tip. So all my spackling is in my pastry bag. I think the hardest part is getting it in the pastry bag, the hardest and messiest part. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to put some glue, some hot glue, in the center, and I'm going to put a little spackling paste in the center, and that's just to make the ball in the middle, to give it some form. And then you're going to take your pastry bag and you are just going to go around, starting on the edge. You want to overlap the paper and just go around the edge. like you would whipped cream. Okay, there's your whipped cream. And then I have these cute little sprinkles that I got from an Etsy shop. I will leave a link in my description below this video to these cute little sprinkles. They're faux Christmas sprinkles. They're candy canes and chocolate chips and little white stars. They're the cutest things ever. So I'm just going to take some out and sprinkle them on. And I have a red and white straw, which I cut in half because I use one for this side and one for this side. So I'm just going to stick that in there. Grab a few more. Sprinkles. And that's it. Now we're going to wait for it to dry. After it dries, we're going to glue it to the top of the mug.
Project number 2 is making these adorable little figures out of Dollar Tree clay pots.
This project here requires the little flower pots that you get at Dollar Tree. They come in a package of 3 like this. They're 2-inch pots. So I use one. We're going to make a gingerbread and a snowman. So I already painted the pots. I put them all together. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So I have the pot, which I turned upside down. I'm using a 2-inch wooden ball, but it's got a flat bottom. This way it sits on the pot. I will leave a link to all my products in the description below this video. You will need 2 smaller balls. These are 3/4 inch balls, and also these have the flat bottom, and that I used for the arms for the gingerbread. Okay, so that's what you're going to need for them. Now, we're going to start with the buttons. I have 3 red buttons for the gingerbread and 3 black buttons for the snowman. So we are going to put them on first. And I am just going to glue them on. Okay, now we're going to draw the face. And I want to do the face first because then I will know where to put my icing. So I'm just going to take a regular black marker and I'm going to just draw. Okay. Okay, now using puffy paint. This is from Tulip. It's called puffy paint. This is going to dry puffed. I love this stuff, especially for little gingerbread guys. So I am just going to eyeball it how I want the icing to fall on his head. And that's going to dry puffy. And now we're going to just make a little bow. For underneath his chin, or her chin, him or her. Okay, so there's a little gingerbread guy. Now we're just going to set him aside and let that puffy paint dry. And now we're going to go on to the snowman. For the snowman, we're going to start with his hat. Now his hat is going to be a yarn hat. Now I already cut my pieces. These are 10-inch long pieces of yarn. Okay, and I cut about, I don't know, 50 of them. And I took the inside of a toilet paper roll and I just cut a strip. The strip is 1 inch wide by 7 inches long. And this is how I measured it around his head. Now I want the base to be a little bit wider than what I want for his head. So it's going to rest like that because you have to give it some room for the yarn. So it's going to rest like that. So I'm just going to tape it right there. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to take the yarn and we're going to pull it through the loop, make sure it's even. And make sure that the top is all on the same, right on the rim. Okay, so we're going to just do this for all of the yarn. Just loop it, put it around, and pull. Okay, just like that. Okay. So we'll do this one more time. You're going to loop it, make sure it's even, put it through the loop, and pull. Okay? Okay, so now after you have them all on, you are going to take it and pull it through. You're just going to pull it right through to the other end. Okay, make sure all your knots are on the rim. Okay, then you're going to grab a bunch of it, and now we're going to make the pom-pom. So you're just going to lay it on a piece of the same yarn, and we're just going to now make our pom-pom and pull it closed. Make it real tight. Okay, so it looks like that. And now we are going to shape the pom-pom. Okay, now we are going to glue this onto the snowman's head. So I'm just going to run some glue around the bottom of the hat, and we're going to glue it onto his head. Okay, so that's how the hat looks. Okay, now we're going to make his face. So I have my marker. Okay, now on to the arms. I'm going to take some wire and a little dowel, and I'm going to make his arms. So I want it to be a little bit curly. Okay, and then it's going to go around his neck like that. Okay, and then curly on the other end. Okay, so it would be like that. And we're going to snip it off there. Before I snip it, here I'm going to snip this one off. Now I made this little mitten out of cotton using Mod Podge. So this little mitten is going to go on the end. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I made the mitten. So you're going to get a little dowel. You're going to get some Mod Podge and water, which is this mixture here. And you're going to soak some cotton. Put my gloves on. You're going to soak a cotton pad in the mixture. And then we're just going to tear it. So you're going to just take the cotton pad and tear it. And you want to make, so you're going to just squeeze it out. And now we're going to put it onto the little dowel. Okay, we're going to make a little thumb. Okay, and we'll just wait for the other mitten to dry, and then I will put it on. Okay, so I'm going to glue it right there in the back. Okay, and then I made this little scarf out of flannel. It's got snowflakes on it. So I am just going to wrap this around his neck and make a little. So far we have our one-handed snowman. So we're going to wait for the other hand to dry, and then I'm going to glue that on. Okay, and then at the bottom I'm going to put some of the glitter snow. This is Aleene's glitter snow. It's just a modeling paste, and there's our little snowman.
As I mentioned, this is part of a minis challenge, which is hosted by Corie from Crafted by Corie. The links to the playlist and also to Corie's channel are in the description below this video. After you've viewed my video, go to the playlist to see what my fellow crafters have in store for you. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. And leave them a comment and tell them I sent you. Project number 3 is making this beaded garland with these little mittens as the anchors.
So my garland has 30 beads, actually 31, because I like to start and end with the same color bead. So I have 16 white beads and 15 red beads. And if you want to know how I painted the beads, I'm going to refer you to a prior video that I made. That link will be in the description below this video, because I just don't want to be redundant. A lot of people know how to string the beads. Anyway, so I went on my Cricut and I printed out a mitten on cardstock, and then I traced it onto a piece of wood and I cut it with my scroll saw. And this is going to be the anchors on the garland. Now, if you don't have a scroll saw, you're not inclined to cut it out of wood, you can do it out of felt. So there's many things you can do. You can do it out of felt, you can even do it out of cardstock. So, but I chose to do it out of the wood. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to put my vinyl on. I also cut out the snowflake in vinyl, which I am going to put on the front of the mittens. So I have a right and a left hand, so I'm going to put one right here. And the other one on the other side. I want them to be in the same spot. So I'm going to put the other one right here. Okay, so my snowflakes are on my mittens, and now I am going to, now to get it through the hole, I always put a piece of tape on the end of my twine, and that makes it rigid enough so that I can get it through the hole. So I'm just going to put it through the hole, and I'm going to tie it, make a double knot. And then put it back up through some of the beads, and that will hide the end. Cut it right there. Okay, So now I have that end. And now I'm going to take this faux fur and I'm going to put it around the cuff. Okay, cute so far? But we're not done. Now I'm going to add some snow. So I am going to use this glitter snow. It's from Aleene's Glitter Snow. I will leave a link in the description. And it's just paste. It's modeling paste that has a little bit of glitter to it. So I'm going to take just a little bit and I'm going to just dab it.
Project number 4 is making the sign using Waterslide decals.
So this is one of those tags that you get at Dollar Tree. It's a wood hanging decor that you get at Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to cut this off and I'm going to take a little bit of wood glue, wood icing. Okay, so now that's plugged up. So now I am going to use this Rust-Oleum decorative glaze in Java Brown, and I'm going to now just now for the second part. I am going to use the candle wax method to distress this piece of wood. So I am going to just put the candle on the wood. I find this is the best way to distress it, the easiest way. So you just take a candle and I'm going to paint it with Rust-Oleum Linen White chalk paint.
So this is my first time using the Waterslide decal method for decoupage. So bear with me. I hope this comes out right. So I printed this image out that I got off of Pinterest. I printed it out on the decal paper. And now I'm just going to cut my image out. I see a lot of people doing this on YouTube, so I thought I'd give it a shot. It looks pretty simple, so let's see how that goes. So you're supposed to print it out on the decal paper, and then you have to submerge it in water for about 45 seconds. So I'm going to let that sit in the water. It's curling up. Anyway, I'm going to let that sit in the water. And I am now going to scrape my piece of wood. See how easy that comes out when you use the candle wax? See? It's just so simple. This is my favorite method. So let's see how this comes out. So you have to take it out now. And so you're supposed to hold one side. So I'm going to put it right like that. And you're supposed to hold one side and then pull the paper out from underneath. And it's supposed to just slide out. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how great that is. Oh my God, look how beautiful that is. Look at that. That was so simple. Wow, this is going to be my method of choice from now on. That was just way too simple. So now I am just going to let that dry and probably put a coat of matte sealer on it. But oh, I love how that came out. Project number 5 is making this adorable little birdhouse.
So I have my birdhouse from Dollar Tree that I already painted white. And now we're going to decorate it. It's going to be a little winter house. So first things first, I'm going to make a little wreath to go around the hole. So I'm going to take this pine branch that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to make a little circle with it that is going to fit right over that hole. So I'm just going to put a little glue on there and close that up. Okay, I made a little wreath and I'm going to glue that right to the hole there. Like that. Now we're going to decorate the wreath. So I have these little shiny red beads that I'm going to put on the wreath, and I have these little pine cones that I'm also going to put on there. So I'm just going to glue that on. Okay, like that. And I'm going to put the little pine cones on. Okay, so there's my little wreath. And now I am going to put my little bird. I got this little bird probably from Michael's or Joann's. It's a little tiny bird. And I'm just going to put the bird right on the little stem that comes out. Perch him right there. Okay, got my bird on. Now I am going to be using this snow text from Decor. It is faux snow, and I'm going to put it all over the roof and a little bit around the bottom of the house. So just taking a little putty knife, I am going to smear this all over. So there's a nice little texture. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks exactly like snow. So I am just going to put this on the roof just like this. Yep. Okay, now that I have all of the snow on, isn't that cool? That is awesome stuff. I love it. So now I am going to sprinkle some coarse glitter. This I got from, I believe, Michael's. It's from Martha Stewart. I'm just going to sprinkle some glitter all over the faux snow, just to give it a little sparkle. Isn't that pretty? Can you see that sparkle? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, now I am going to finish with my embellishments. I'm going to put a little greenery around the front.
Project number 6, making a pail of snowballs.
So I got these little pails from Dollar Tree. They're in the wedding favor section. They're so cute, and I thought that these would make a great little pail for snowballs. So I went on my Cricut and I made a little sign in vinyl, snowballs, 5 cents. So we're going to put this onto the pail. Okay, and now we're going to fill the pail with snowballs. So I am going to trace the top of the pail just a rough trace because I want the circle to be a little bit smaller than the top of the pail. So because it's going to fit right inside, I'm going to glue it to the inside so that we're not really going to fill up the pail with snowballs. We're just going to make a false bottom, so that's going to sit right inside there. Yeah, it's going to sit right inside there. So I'm going to put a little glue around the edge there and drop this in, and that will act as our false bottom. Okay. And now we're going to take some Model Magic, which I also got from Dollar Tree. It's clay, and we're going to make little balls. So just going to pull some off.
Project number 7, a cute little mini rolling pin.
This is a real simple project. These are cute little rolling pins that I got from Amazon. So I just painted the middle part red, and I went on my Cricut and I cut out in vinyl hot chocolate, and I am just going to put that right on the rolling pin. Cute. And then I'm going to take some baker's twine and I'm just going to make little bows on the ends. So I'm going to take my 10-second bow maker and we're just going to make cute little bows. That was so simple, yet so cute.
Number 8, faux fudge dipped marshmallows.
For our marshmallow, we're going to be using Model Magic. Got this on Amazon. So we're just going to open up one of the bags. Now you can get these in different colors. I buy them in white because I could always paint it. So I'm going to take some out of the bag. Okay, and now we're just going to warm it up. So we're ready to put the faces on the marshmallows. I already did 2 of them, making a little boy and a little girl. And we're going to do 2 more. So I'm using markers. So I'm just going to draw the eyes. And for the fudge topping, I am using burnt umber brown, and I mixed in a little gloss Mod Podge because I want it to be a little shiny. So let's see how that goes. I am going to just paint this on. So I'm going to take a paintbrush and we're just going to paint it on. So I'm just going to freehand it to where I want the drips to go. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again real soon. Happy crafting!